Hello and welcome to Rust Locker, and today I'm fitting a genuine Momo gear knob to the MX5. Now there's nothing particularly wrong with the gear knob that I've got. It is looking a little bit tacky and a little bit worn, but my gorgeous girlfriend bought me this Momo gear knob for my birthday, so I'm going to be fitting this, and I think it's going to be fairly snazzy, almost a direct replacement. But obviously we've got a bit of a yellow trim which goes with the colour combination that I'm going with on the MX5. So packaging wise, you don't actually get a lot considering the cost of a Momo product, but it has got a fair bit of weight to it, and I can tell that this is going to be quality. So let's get it open and see how we go about fitting it. Right, so removing the gear knob is pretty easy. Now your knob might not be as easy as mine to pull off. You might need to twist yours with a lot more force, but I've twisted my knob off quite a lot, so it's actually quite loose now. Now thread wise, I'm not sure what a standard MX5 thread is for the gear stick. I'm hoping that the Momo is just going to fit straight on without too much hassle, but we'll find out in a minute. And to do this, hang on. And to do this one-handed, bit of sticker on there. That's alright, it's just a bit of sticker residue there. Okay, now there are no threads on the inside of that. So let's see what else we get in here, if we get anything. Aha, here we are. Okay, so inside the bottom of the packet, sorry, the post lady just came and was knocking on the door. So what I was saying was, yeah, inside the bottom of the packet you get all kinds of fitting grommets and screws and stuff. So I'm going to have a little read of these instructions, see what all this gear is for, and get back to you. Right, so in the packet there was a selection of these rubber bung things which will create your own threads, and a lot of little tiny Allen screws, so careful not to lose these, and an Allen key. So first thing it says is to unscrew the collar off of the bottom of your gear knob, like that. Now this collar I assume goes on first because that's going to sort of come up and cover over the screw holes. Okay, so next it says to measure the diameter of the gear lever and use the corresponding adapter. So I'm not going to measure it, I'm going to measure it by trying to put things on it. These all seem kind of loose, That one seems quite tight. I think I'm going to go with this one, see how that works. Okay, so what I did was I selected the tightest little rubber grommet that I could get on there, push that down as far as it will go. That's on nice. Then we get the gear knob, that goes on top of the rubber grommet, which is also quite a snug fit. Down as far as it, oh no, a bit more. Okay, now it should just be a case of putting in the little screws all the way around this, tightening them up, and then putting the collar up. So let's see whether that's going to work as simply as I just made it sound. Now in the packet you get 6 screws. 3 of them are slightly longer than the other 3. So I'm going to, it says, what does it say? Use long screws for gear levers with a diameter of 8 to 10 mil and short screws for gear levers with a higher diameter. Now I think this is an 8 to 10. Yeah, it's probably an 8. So I'm going to use the longer screws. Now because they're quite small and fiddly, it's a lot easier if you just put them on the end of your Allen key first and then use that to guide them in. I'm just going to do them up loose to start with. No, that's a small one. And then make sure I've got it centered before I tighten them up. So just get them in without any resistance. Now the only problem that I'm having is that if I push the gear knob all the way down as far as it will go, then I haven't actually got much room to get the Allen key in because of the way the gaiter won't go down any further. There's a plastic ring in the gear stick gaiter which stops it from going down too far. So if I put the gear stick all the way down, then there's no gap for me to tighten up the bolts. So I'm going to have it up a little bit, just a fraction, just so that I can get to the bolts. So that should do it about there. I'm just going to tighten these up evenly because as you tighten one down, it will sort of grab it and bring it in that direction. So I'm going to tighten up these 3 bolts sort of little bit by little bit. Trying to keep it centered whilst I do it. See, that moved slightly there. I want to get them pretty tight, but obviously not too tight. Don't want to strip it out or break the Allen key, but that's tight enough, I think. So then we just need to do up the collar. Oh, other way, that's the one. Where is it? What's going on? Yeah, there we go. Tighten that up, feels nice and sturdy. And that is job done. If you're thinking of getting one of these yourself, they retail for about £80, I think. You might be able to find a bit of a better deal online somewhere, but rudymods.co.uk, they have these in stock now. So you could always, they might not be on the website, but if you give them a call, I'll put the details in the description. Give them a call and they'll be able to hook you up with one, I'm sure. I'm going to go for a little drive now, test out my new gear knob, and hopefully you're going to catch me on the next video. Please do subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and give the video a thumbs up. It really helps me out. Almost at 1,000 subscribers, so I'll soon be able to make a few pennies off of YouTube. Yay! Anyway, catch you on the next one.